Today we're gonna get into the actual coding bits. So I'm gonna make a new file under our environment called strings. Because strings is what we're gonna be talking about today. And you can click on this Explorer to hide that tab. So what is a string? A string is anything. This red thing here, like the red text or orange, whatever you want to call it, or brownish orange, that is a string. String just means like words. So if I hit play, this prints out this string. String works with single quotes or it works with double quotes. These can be interchanged, and what if I wanted to put in double quotes inside of the string? Like, hello, nice world. What would that do? Well, it's going to give you an error because it doesn't understand. So if you want to use this, then all you do is do a \n. Oh no, not \n, sorry, just backslash and another backslash here. So then it kind of like ignores these as the open and closers as what of the string that it's printing. So now what if I wanted to have this? So this thing here, this line, is called a function. It's a print function that is printing out a string. Now, what if I wanted to have this print function in multiple areas? Then I can have, a whole bunch of lines with stuff in between them. And that's all good and fun, but what if now you had to change the message that you're trying to put out? Well, now you have to change it in every single one. There's a way around that, and it's called a variable. So a variable is something that you can assign to something, or that's pretty complicated. It is a definition. It's like a new definition of a word. Your own definition of something. So what if I put in a variable that says my message? The definition of my message is going to be hello, nice world. So now if I hit run, I'll get a whole bunch of definitions of hello, nice world. Or I can do print my message. And if I do print, and in brackets, and in parentheses, my message, and I hit play, then it brings back my message. And notice, if I would have put double quotes around this, and hit play, it would just type in my message. And that's because this, with the double quotes around it, or if I just had single quotes like this is no longer a variable. This is a string. So this is the difference between a string versus a variable. String is like this, and variable is just like this. And variables are case sensitive as well. So now let's go back to printing out our message, the my message variable. There's a little option that you can put in here. You can put in these square brackets. Real quick, before we go any further, let's go over a couple terms. These signs right here are called parentheses. These symbols here are called brackets. These symbols here are called braces. And this thing here is a pound symbol or a hash symbol. And what's that doing is that just means it's a line of text that's ignored by your program. So this is ignored when I run my script. So that's all that means when there's a when there's a pound sign or a hash in front of something. So anyways, when I put in brackets inside of my parentheses with a variable, then I could put in a number. And if I put in 0, which is the first number, and I hit play, then it brings back the first letter of my message, which is H. And if I put in 2, then it brings back my second letter, which is actually the third because Python counts from the 0th marker. So this is 0, the first one is 0, the second one is 2, the third one is 2. No, wait, hold on. Okay, first one is 0, second one is 1, third one is 2. Next, we're going to get into our next set of terms. We have a semicolon, and then we've got a colon. So we're going to put in a colon and put in our next number. We could put in 5. This means we're going to select the second letter, which is actually our third, and it's going to print out all the way up to the 5th letter, which is going to be this space, I think. I'm not good at math, so let's just hit play to find out. Yeah, so it's going to print out these 3. Does it print out our space? I'm not sure. What if I do 6? Okay, so it prints out up until right before the 6th. So this is the 6th one, this backslash, but it didn't print it out because it stops right here before it gets printed out. If I just remove those numbers, then I just get this. If I put a -1 at the end, then it reverses it. So that's interesting, right? That's how you can reverse a message. Another thing that you can do with the variable in the print is we have some options here. We have lower with a double parentheses here. And if I hit play, then it brings everything back in lowercase letters. And if I do upper, then it brings everything back in uppercase letters. And now if I type in count without the double quotes, then I guess it doesn't know what it's counting. You have to specify that it's counting everything inside of the string. So then now if I hit play, now it shows that we have 19 characters inside the string. And just as an experiment, if we do single quotes, is that... Okay, so Python recognizes that single quotes and double quotes are interchangeable even in those circumstances. And you can even specify what part of the command you want to count. So if I type in hell and hello, then it's telling me that there is one hell inside of hello. If I type in O, then it shows us that there are 2 O's inside of our message. There's one in hello, there's one in world. And if I type in quote, or double quote I mean, then it shows that there's 2 around the nice. And this shows that E is within the first word. Another thing we can do is, if we wanted to change something in the message, like let's say we do just a print, and then we type my message again as a variable, and we type in replace. We're going to replace world with Azeroth. And we're going to do print my message. So hit play. Oh, I spelled replace wrong. And as you can see, it has not replaced our world because these variables are static. So what we have to do to change that is actually just make a new variable. So we could do new message and then my underscore message dot replace world with Azeroth. And then if we hit print, then we still get world. It's not working. All right, well, I'm not sure why the replace function isn't working. Maybe we'll get back to that in another video. For now, we're gonna press Control and Shift together, holding it down. Press P and type in add line comment, hit enter, just to comment these out because we're going on to a couple different examples now. Now we're going to add variables together to make sentences. So we could do, let's create a character. Our character's name is going to be Rupert. And that's not going to work because we need to put in semicolons to make it a string. Then we could do age. And we could do 21 as an age in a string. But we don't need to because a number is already recognized as a number in Python, so we could just leave the age as it is and it recognizes it as a number. And we're going to type in a greeting. The greeting is going to be, hello, my name is. And then we're going to do message. The message is going to be the greeting plus the name plus I am plus age. And if we print our message, we're going to get hello, my name is Rupert 21. And there's probably not going to be a space between. Okay, so we do have to put the 21 in a string, otherwise it thinks it's a mathematical equation. So we hit play, there you go. So it says, hello, my name is Rupert 21. And as you can see, there's no spaces in between here either. And we don't want to put a space at the end of Rupert because that's not his name. It doesn't make any sense. So what we could do is do greeting, then we could do a single quote, and then plus name. So now if we hit play, it puts in a single quote and a space between greeting and name. So now we have a name. But now we have to sort out this age thing because Rupert 21 is not a name either. So now we could put in a string that says plus the age, years old. So now if we hit play, we've got a syntax error here. Oh, because I forgot to put in a plus, that's all. Alright, so now this is our variable. And our variable contains 3 other variables and 3 custom strings and a few equations, which is just the pluses. So with all this put together, we get an output that says, hello, my name is Rupert, which I guess we don't need to have that. That doesn't make any sense grammatically. So hello, my name is Rupert. I am 21 years old. And then we could put a period at the end there. So that's looking pretty good. There's another way we can do this that I'll write right below here. And that is by using these braces as kind of placeholders, they're called. And here we can type in like welcome. Dot format. Greeting. Name. So if I hash this out, so we just activate this, it's going to say, hello, my name is Rupert, welcome. And the way that this just worked is this placeholder is going to represent the first variable that you put inside of these brackets. This one is going to represent the second one. So if I were to change this greeting to age, and if I hit play, it's going to say 21 Rupert, welcome. I think. Yeah, 21 Rupert, welcome. And if we replace age with name, and we have name twice, let's say, can we do that? Yep, so it's just going to say Rupert, Rupert, welcome. And the format is just showing like, so it's literally printing out this string, and inside of a string we can use these braces as like, I hope this is making sense. Braces are like hotkeys for the variables that you put inside the format, parentheses. There's an even better way to do this, and that's called using F strings. So if you put an F before a string, we can just do, like instead of having greeting and name like that, and having the dot format at the end, instead of having this whole block here, like the format, dot format with the parentheses and the variables in it, we can literally just do F greeting and name dot welcome. So now if I hash out this message, will this work? And it did work. And our grammar is all messed up because, you know, just everything is written all weird, but it works. And basically what I'm saying is this string is the same as an F string, but an F string is a bit more simplified because instead of having to write the format at the end, you just type in an F and you put your things directly inside the parentheses instead of putting the variables at the end. If you hold down Control and press A, and then hold down Control and press Shift and P, we can do remove line comment, and then hit Control P, Shift again, and then hit add line comment, and that just commented everything out again. The next thing we're going to do is we're just going to put in another thing that says test, test, and we'll make this a string. And we're going to do print test. And I use double parentheses. So in between tests, we can type in a thing called dir, which is kind of like directory. And I'll show you what that means if we press start. You get this whole input. And this is showing all of the things that you can use with this. Like for example, the lower that we used before to make lower cases. And then I think upper is in here too, somewhere. Yeah, upper is right here. We have count, which is one that we used earlier in this video. And there's just a lot of different things that, a lot of these I haven't even used, and I don't even understand a lot of these. But it's just a little thing that shows you all the possibilities that you can do with this variable and this function. So that brings us to the end of our strings tutorial video, and I'll see you guys on the next episode.